Did we get our free drink with the purchase of our tickets yet? That's it. I have yet to get my free drink.
Did someone get my free drink with the price of my ticket?
That's pretty much.
Yeah, ready? I'm slipping and sliding all over the place over here. It's like playing drums on a jungle gym.
show. Are you guys fucking ready? That was so lame. Are you guys fucking ready for some amazing comedy? That's what I like to hear. All right, we're kicking it off for you guys. We got these two amazing dancers who are going to start the show. They both actually auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance. So that's pretty awesome. Please give it up for your Hey Ho Dancer!
Good evening.
Party people in the house.
I'm your DJ.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You are now about to witness
Wow. Those guys can move. Magic. How the fuck you guys doing, New York City? How do we feel tonight? Long Island City. Woo! Very sexual crowd. That's the first thing I noticed about you guys. It's like, God, well, you guys got it, huh? I was wondering who was gonna get it. And it was you guys with the rose petals. Thanks for being sports. You can probably tell by my outfit that I'm here to talk to you guys tonight about the benefits of a timeshare on Martha's Vineyard. It's just good to get away. My name is Keele Howard Stone. 3 names. Last one's totally fucking hyphenated. What up, bro? Yeah, woo that shit. Because no one else does. It's not cool. Hyphenated last name is just... It was a family thing. It was important to my family that everyone who meets me knows that my dad is a huge pussy. I'm just kidding, he's actually here, right here. Give a round of applause for my dad. No, it's fine, guys, it's fine. That was a joke. But it is true in life, nobody has a hyphenated last name and a dad that wins arguments. Doesn't exist. So I live in New York City, anybody else? Yeah. For like a year and almost a year and a half, which is pretty nuts. And you learn things here about yourself. I've learned this. The crazies on the train have taught me about what it is to be comfortable. I learned this about myself. I would rather, there was a guy on the end line, I call him peekaboo, because he just plays peekaboo with you, right? In between punching himself, arguing with his reflection in the mirror, and then he gets out in between the cars, not to go to the next car, to stay in between them, and just ride it around curves of the above ground train. And so me and the rest of the car are there looking at him going, are we gonna watch this guy die right now? And everyone's like, I don't wanna touch him. We might watch this guy die right now. But I love him. And I realized I am so much more comfortable around that man than I am around a woman who's breastfeeding. Way prefer him. Because with him, there's way too much danger and not enough stimulus to stare. What I'm talking about. You look at that thinking, yeah, baby, get it. Get it, baby. It's disgusting. I'm ashamed. We got the weekend coming up. I expect a call tomorrow from my accountant, as I do before all weekends. He'll call me like he always does on Thursday and say, Keele, what are you doing this weekend? I'll probably say something like, well, I'm thinking about maybe going to the movies. There's this concert I'd love to check out. Might get a little dinner with a lady, maybe. And, just have a good little weekend. Maybe go to a party. He said, yes, here's what you're going to do. You're going to eat your roommate's food. You're gonna watch your parents' Netflix account. You're gonna masturbate your sad self to sleep every night. And that's just sound advice, guys. That's why I keep him around. He told me to consolidate things, to use things for more than one, so I have now struck Febreze from my budget. Febreze is out. Now when something smelly happens in the apartment, you know what I do? Microwave popcorn. Because it dominates most smells, and you have snacks now. So that's pretty good. Anybody ever hated their roommate? To be honest, unless they're here, in which case, we still be honest. It's a good night for breakups. I read this story, and by read, I mean I logged on to Yahoo News. You know how Yahoo's like the neediest of search engines? Like, you go to Yahoo, and it's like, well, here's all the things that are trending, here's 5 stories that you might like, and there's a couple of shit down here, there's movies over here. When you go to Google, it's just like, what do you want to know? I am Google. But I saw this story on Yahoo News, and it said, roommate murdered over pork chop. Subheading, 7th murder over meat this year. And as someone who's hated their roommate, I read that and I kind of go a little bit, good for you, bro. For sticking to your guns. That wasn't the first stolen chop. There were links missing. Turkey bacon, in fact. You know at some point there was like, the king of passive-aggressive whiteboard, like, hey, you're taking a lot of links this week, just, smiley face, don't do it anymore. But we're totally cool, hi. That probably happened twice. Then there was probably a conversation in the kitchen, neutral ground. Look, you avoided texts, you've erased the whiteboard. Stop taking my meat! I don't know what I'm capable of if you take one more chop. And you know, that fucking roommate went to their own room and they were like, oh, what's he really gonna do? What's he really gonna do? Awesome. Totally worth it. So I'm not in charge of any babies. I'm not in charge of any babies. And I don't want to be. But I think it's bullshit that when someone tells you they're expecting, that you have to congratulate them. Like you have to. You know? Not like if they told a room like this where you just kind of sleep and be like, bad choice over there. But when someone like one-on-one is like, so I'm having a baby, you can't go, you're fucked. You have no idea what you're getting into. Because it's the most serious thing you can do. Like, I had a buddy once tell me, recently I have a friend tell me like, yo bro, totally having a little baby girl. That's how he said it. And the only thing I could think to say back was, so are you saying we're not gonna shotgun these beers? We are? Good life choice, buddy. Very good. But it's just the most serious thing that a human can do. The most serious thing you can do is make another one. You know? And then the next most serious thing you do is like end one. Right? Take somebody out. And the third most serious thing you do is take out private loans to go to theater school. So I'm 1 for 3. 1 for 3 on that one. So anybody here ever been in a loving relationship? Yeah. Has anybody here ever known that the person you're with like loves you? Like really loves you? One guy over there, everyone else is like, I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? Knows that they love you? You mean plays a series of mind games? When you know someone loves you, do you have this where you just, in your head, you're just going, I wonder how much shit I could get away with until I'm not allowed to live rent-free. I had this happen. I was living with a girl, and I took the batteries from her vibrator so I could finish playing Wii golf with my dad. Gotta hit that back nine, you can't let him win. It's bullshit. And always take the vibrator batteries. The smoke detectors for safety, guys. Get crazy here. What else was I saying? Very professional show. We'll edit that out. Take two? All right. I am, as you might have noticed, a ginger persuasion. That's rare. That's a rare response. And you can probably tell by looking at me, drinking it, that all of my relationships are just like another day at the beach. And I'm just so sick of lathering myself up to get burned again. It's a sad one, and I win you back with sympathy. It's very manipulative. No, it's weird being a ginger because it's weird being an almost minority. You know? It's just weird. Like, there's a small group of us, we're very recognizable. We got our own slur, that's pretty good if you're trying to be a minority. But it doesn't work because when someone says, "Hey, ginger!" that doesn't bring me back to a time of suffering. I've seen that South Park episode too. You know? And it's weird because people feel, because there's no weird history, so they feel like they can shout stuff at you when you are one, and that's weird. But it's even weirder, like I had a girl at the bar the other night come up to me and she was like, "Did you know in 100 years, you won't exist?" She's like, "Are you reminding me of my own mortality?" She was like, "No, I mean your people." It's like, good to have shit in common with pandas, I guess? What? The fuck? We do have stuff in common with pandas, though. Gingers and pandas won't fuck their own kind to survive. Mostly because gross. I'm 24 years old, not trying to brag. And it's weird to be 24 because like most of your life is ahead of you, but some of it's not. You know, it's just a weird age because like I'm kind of young. There's a young feeling. Everyone older than me right now is angry. People younger than me are like, he's old as shit. And that's how age is. But like being 24, like I watch athletes that are younger than me that have kids that are older than my dreams. It's a weird thing. And I'm never gonna be an athlete. Like I'm never gonna be. That door's been closed for longer than I want to admit. But I won't ever be that. But I could still be things. Like I could give this up right now, go to trade school, and be the reddest HVAC guy you've ever met. I can heat and cool most buildings in a reasonable amount of time. And fuck that, I could aim a little higher. I could be a doctor, probably. I could leave here, I could go to medical school, I could really start learning it. I'd be like that weird guy that became a doctor role, but those guys are nerds, I'll beat them up anyway. But I can maybe do that. But there are things I can't do now. Like I can't be a babysitter ever again. I could be involved in child care, right? I could work at like a gymboree, for example. You know those rooms where it smells like kids and it's horrible? But I can't have my mom recommend me to her friends from spin class. You know? And get fridge privileges. You know what I mean? That's the best job. Babysitter was the best job ever. What is it? Eat what you want, put the kid to bed at some point, and your boss comes home to wake you up at the end of your shift to drunkenly ask you how it went, and then drunkenly drive you home and pay you more than was agreed upon. And what is that that job really? What is a babysitter other than just not raping the kids? That's the job. Just not rape the kids all night. If Martin Luther King Day landed on Monday, I could not rape your kids for a weekend in the Hamptons. I could do it. You guys, I'm Keele Howard Stone. Thank you. We have a whole lot more show. Please stay tuned. Thank you, gentlemen.
Can I help you?
Yeah, do you have my bike?
We might. Do you have your rescue replacement card?
My what?
It's your
Oh, man. Do you mean that stupid card that was left where my tandem bicycle was parked?
Well, not stupid, but it's your rescue replacement card, you see. And you put it in place of the bike that we are saving or rescuing. And so you know where to come to thank us for not letting it get stolen. To pick it up too, I guess. It's all in the card.
Are you kidding me?
No, we leave that to my nephew, Barry.
I've been bikeless the entire month because you took it.
I didn't take it. I saved it. And we'd appreciate it if you took your attitude and chained it on up outside. Like you should have done with your bike.
Look, I don't have the card.
Well then, I'm sorry, sir. I can't help you.
You know how you could help me is by not taking people's bikes in the first place. That would be great. And, I mean, it's a bicycle built for two. How many can you have back there?
Look, sir, it may be a bicycle built for two. However, without the card, how do I know it was built for you?
All right, you know what? I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to check it out.
Whoa.
What?
You can't go back there.
Why not?
You're not allowed back there. At all. Look, I'm willing to help you out, but, man, the Grand Lance, if he knew I was going to protocol for you, oh, he'd be spinning in his grave. Barry, my boy.
Yeah, Uncle Big Bob?
Do we still have that tandem bicycle?
Yep, we do.
Great. Can I have it? Since it's mine?
No, UGB. No.
What is it, baby
No,
pear?
the tandem bike has been scheduled to be put down today.
What?
Yeah.
Just trying to follow the protocol of the Grand Lance, sir.
I'm afraid the brake lines have been cut on this one.
You cut my brakes, too?
No, that was a metaphor about how the time is up for your bike now.
You! You think these two fellas, just walk around town sniffing brake lines?
You take the Grand Lance in your heart, mister.
What the fuck is wrong with you two?
Look, as it was clearly written on the card, if a bike is not claimed within 30 days, we have to put it down. It doesn't have to happen today. Do you have any proof of ownership?
Look, just give me the bike, all right? You wouldn't have to put it down. So we can spare that whole action. And then I can just be on my way, and we can just go ourselves.
Well, in a perfect world, the Grand Lance would still be with us, and you can have any bike you want.
He's not fucking dead. What are you talking about? What is wrong with you two?
Any proof at all?
Look, I don't have any. I mean, I don't know what do I need to do to prove to you fools that this is my bike?
Sure, okay. Well, then what's its name?
What's whose name? What are you talking about?
Doesn't name his bike! Can't hold on to a replacement card. Upsets my dear boy Barry. Jesus, man. I'm really trying hard here for you. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Oh, officer. Okay, look.
Yeah.
Guy,
UJB, my boy!
fuck
How
me.
we doing? Favorite part of my stroll. Let me guess this guy's, who's supposed to keep the card? Was it supposed to keep the card? To get my bike back like it says in plain English, man. Come on.
This guy stole my bike.
Whoa. I'll have you know something, sir. The only time that man there has stolen is when his lovely wife makes it and leaves it up on the windowsill for cooling. Smell that? That's good, yeah.
Thank you.
You want some of that?
No, I don't.
That Deborah May is a rock for you, Jacob.
She is. I love her to death.
Hell of a graphic designer.
I'll tell you said that.
Please do. Sir, do you have proof?
Apparently, I don't have proper identification.
Well, you better go find some before the 30 days are up. Unless you want your bike getting put down, huh? Some kind of sicko? Pervert? Guy just likes to rollerblade everywhere?
This is insane. I mean, how do you even put down a bike?
There's a couple of 3 ways. My favorite. He did deserve it.
Barry, no, Barry. Barry.
What is going on?
Barry.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now was mine, but now can see.
How you fucking guys doing? Yeah? Alright. I've got a treat for you now. I've got something special. Something just for you guys. So right now, I need you to go crazy like it's Madison Square Garden. Right now, let me hear you go! Feels like the Knicks are playing. Alright. So, this guy coming on stage right now, he's a very, very talented comedian. He's here in New York, he plays everywhere. I think he's gonna be fucking awesome in the years to come, and you're gonna be like, I saw that guy here first. Please, make some noise for my friend, Billy Prinsell. What's up, bros?
My bathroom window faced the bedroom window of this girl. And one night, I was in the bathroom, and I saw her walk into her bedroom with just a towel, and my dad knocked on the door and was like, "Billy, why are you in the bathroom with the lights off?" And the best thing I could come up with is that I was into astronomy. He believed me. I got books on outer space. And I was like, "Thanks, Dad." And then he got me a telescope. And I was like, "You have no idea." My gym partner, before he works out, he wrestles me. And when we're done, he'll look at his muscles and say, "I'm almost there." And he's gauging how much stronger he needs to get to rape me. But I like him as my partner. Because both of us have motivation to get stronger. One time I was at the gym mixing this protein shake, and this girl came up to me, and she was like, "Is that Cytogainer?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Cytogainer is my favorite post-workout protein shake." I was like, "What's your favorite pre-workout protein shake?" She was like, "NO Explode." And guys, you know when you and the person you want to hook up with meet eyes and agree on the same pre-workout supplements? She was like, "Do you love Explode?" I was like, "I do 2 scoops of NO Explode every day without any water like a pixie stick. I chew on it as I bench press." "Do you love Explode?" And she was like, "I take the Explode and I put it in a coffee grinder. And that separates the amino acids from the sugars. I skim off the amino acids and I put them in a humidifier that's next to my bed. The humidifier vaporizes the amino acids and I inhale pure NO Explode all night." I was like, "Do you want to get coffee?" She was like, "I don't deserve coffee." guys ever used a laptop to masturbate, and then the screen goes black so you see the reflection of your own face? I worked at this store called Express for Men. And they closed, but they told me that Abercrombie was hiring. And at the interview with Abercrombie, the manager came in and he was like, look, I don't care about your work experience. I just want to know how Crombie you are when you party. And he went around the room and asked if you could go drinking with one celebrity, who would it be? And in my head I was like, who wears Abercrombie? And then the manager got to me and he was like, all right, Bill, who do you choose? And I was like, sorry, what? And he was like, that was perfect. And he took me to the front of the store and he was like, dude, all you have to do is stand in front of the store. Do you get it? And I was like, and he was like, hold that face. Do you remember when Ariel wanted to hook up with Eric so she had to get legs from Ursula? How confident was Ursula to look at Ariel and was able to get anything she wanted from her and choose her voice? Like, I don't know what a healthy weight range for an octopus is. But she looks undisciplined. My dream home is a single-story house with 4 sub-basements. But I tell people that I just had 2 sub-basements. Eventually, I'd show my wife my 3rd sub-basement. And as I was showing her around, and she was like, wow, you have 3 sub-basements. I'd be like, I know, right? But in my head, I'd be like, I have 4 sub-basements. Then I'd show my friends my third sub-basement, and I'd be like, guys, you cannot tell my wife I have a third sub-basement. At a party, I'd make a toast to my wife in front of my friends, and I'd be like, babe, I love you, and you know the truth about everything. And then we'd all laugh for different reasons. All right, thanks a lot, guys.
One more time for Billy Prinsell, everybody. Right here.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the So Much Box Comedy Show Game Jam. That's right.
Drop the microphone cord, pick it up, make eye contact with the guy in the coat, and keep going. It's show business, people. Kill it before I pop this thing and make everybody go deaf. Dear God, let me get this on right now. That's what she said. There we go. Let's pop this puppy on and we're good to go. Showbiz is a sticky business, huh? Well, you just stumbled upon the So Much Box game show. This is part of the show where you can feel free to sit down and not leave or I'll kill you, and we're gonna have a fun time. I'm gonna ask a couple questions. If you don't like being in front of people, don't answer the questions, because we want you up here. I'm gonna get two contestants to come up here and participate with me. It'll be a little menage a trois of sorts, and we'll have a fun time. I'm gonna ask some questions, answer honestly. I'm gonna choose two people to sit up here with me. First question, just gonna pop this off, answer truthfully. Is anyone from the South? Anybody from the South? Just raise your hand. Sorry, goofed that. Okay, what's up, buddy? What's your name? Yell it out. Eric. Eric, okay, what is the best compliment a girl has ever given you, Eric?
I have a nice smile.
You have a nice smile, okay. Would you like to be our first contestant on the So Much Box game show? Everybody give it up for Eric! Give it up for Eric! Right here, Eric. Okay, now for the next contestant on the game show. Has anybody here ever had dancing lessons? Horrible question, forget about it. Does anybody here like to dance or has ever danced? You've danced. Perfect. What is your name, beautiful young lady? Rachel, you like to dance. What type of dancing do you like?
I love all kinds, but especially country dancing.
You like country dancing? That's perfect. Give a round of applause for country dancing. Come on. Would you like to be our second contestant, Rachel? Excellent. Come on, follow me to the stage with Eric. We have our two contestants on the game show.
Her name is Rachel, and she likes to country dance.
Okay. Now's the part of the game show where it becomes a different game show. Welcome to the So Much Box Dating Game Show. I'm your host, Paul Schissler. You may have seen me in such game shows as So Much Box Game Show. Now we're here for the So Much Box Dating Game Show where two lucky contestants are on stage. Never met before. Have you met him before? No! Two complete strangers who are on a date right now. This is not going to be awkward. Have you had any alcohol today, Eric?
None whatsoever.
It's going to be awkward. Okay. It's going to be very uncomfortable. But we're up here together. We're menage a trois. It's going to be fun. I'm going to stand here in the middle like some chaperone that's really creepy. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Answer them truthfully, and we'll get this puppy chugging along, huh? What's a train? Let's give some train music. So we can feel like okay, there we go. Okay. We are pumping it, people. We are pumping this dating game show. Okay. Contestant number Eric. Say, Rachel, you were gonna go on vacation. Would you take her to Florida, Canada, or Russia, and why?
Definitely not Florida. I hear terrible things about it.
I'm from Florida, so wrong answer. But seriously.
Canada.
And why? It doesn't matter why. Canada. They have hockey. Okay. Rachel, are you ready for your question? Okay. Say, would you want to have a pet manatee or a pet hawk, and why? Simple question.
Do I get a giant aquarium with the manatee?
That's like $1,000 million. We do not have that budget. We don't have that budget. No, sorry.
We barely afforded that poster. So.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I want the manatee.
You want the manatee, why?
Because we could swim together?
Fair enough. Eric, tell me. Very important question, completely unrelated to the one I just asked. Rachel, fried manatee or fried hawk?
Fried hawk.
I want a bird, bird, bird. Bird's a word. I want a bird, bird, bird. Bird's a word. I want a bird, bird, bird. A bird's a word.
Okay. Fried hawk it is. That's a good date. You're eating fried hawk, swimming on manatees in Canada. Makes no sense at all. It doesn't matter. This is very important. This is very important. You need to be a supportive crowd for these two people because they're in front of you and they're vulnerable. Very vulnerable. Because you're strangers, you don't know them, and they don't know you. So now, it's good when you're in a relationship like these two are to teach each other things. You know, you want to teach your skill sets to the other person. You said you could dance, right? You like country dancing? She does country dancing. Can we show Eric how to country dance? What do you guys recommend you say? Doesn't have to be awkward. It could be like middle school dancing. Keep it cheering until they stand up.
Yeah!
Come on, guys, stand up. Boys, we're gonna do a little bit of country dancing, just for like 30 seconds or so nobody cries. Let me stand out of the way here, teach you how to country dance. There are young adults in this crowd, and that was getting sexual. Okay. Did you learn anything? Nothing at all. Great. Now, like any relationship, you're going to have arguments. How do you dissolve those arguments? You can't hit each other. That's illegal and frowned upon. I don't know what they think of in Canada. You can't punch each other. No, not that. You don't want to scream each other either. You know how I solve my arguments? With this significant other? Thumb Wars! Yeah. This is the type of show we do Thumb Wars to solve our differences! Okay, turn towards each other's contestants. Thumbs out. Hands ready. And go! You're fighting for love. You're fighting for love. You're fighting for each other. Kill her! Kill her! Kill her! Kill her! Eric totally beat you, Rachel. It's like you don't even have thumbs. She has thumbs. That's pretty rude. Okay. Now, what I forgot to tell you before you did the thumb war, and just the rules, I don't make them up at all. At all. If I could change the rules, I would, right?
Absolutely.
You know me for like 2 days.
At least
like,
2 days, yeah.
So you know the rules.
Probably 3.
You lost. You won. The loser has to give the winner their digits.
Woo!
Digits means phone number. 7-ish to 9, 12 digits, you know. You have to give them your phone number. I don't care if you make it up, just give them your phone number. Read them off to them. You can memorize it in your head. Everybody close your ears because she gets
I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
367
when it's cold outside.
4012. Everybody write that down? Alright. Guys, can you stand up? Give me both a hug. You've been wonderful. You won the contestant of the game show for the dating show. If you guys get married, I demand that I be the minister because I brought you two together and you guys were all a part of it. So technically this was marriage because you were all legal witnesses. I'm an ordained minister. You guys are married. This has been the So Much Fun Dating Game Show. We're doing this, Eric.
You better take her to a Schissler. You can get so out of state.
Good night. One more time for Paul, everybody. Jesus Christ. All right, how we doing? So much box audience. We're still feeling good. We still got some energy. We got a few more things for you to see here tonight. This next one, about to bring it down a little bit. All right. About to bring a very special lady on the stage. We can do it just a little shorter than me. This is awesome. Bring it. All right. Gotta use that blazer strength. All right. You're more powerful than a blazer. This next person coming to the stage, I don't think it's this short actually. This is our musical guest, guys, and she is absolutely wonderful. She plays everywhere. She went viral with a video called Legitimate Rape. Pretty good stuff. And I would like right now to welcome to the stage Miss Taylor Ferrera, everybody.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not even that short. Look. Look.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. How are you guys? All excited about the recent NRA news?
Yeah.
No one knows? Okay, so I'll inform you. I have a hole in my tights. So today, the NRA just released their plan. Their gun lack of control plan, I guess, to solve gun violence, which is to get someone with a gun in every school, which I think, yeah. Thought I heard someone clapping, which I think is a fantastic idea. I think we could go a little further with that, so I wrote a song just backstage, and this is it. 1, 2, 3. If only Lincoln had a gun with him, could have shot Booth between the eyes, blown the smoke away from the rim, said a one-liner and bowed, a standing ovation from the crowd. Just think how fucking cool that would have been. Ooh. If only Gandhi had a Smith & Wesson, said screw passive resistance and taught his enemies a lesson. Could have inspired fear and dread, and his assassins would have fled. Just think of all the things that could be undone if only everyone had a gun. I'm talking everyone from the smallest child to the oldest and most senile. Now that's a recipe for a safer nation. Jesse James and Wild Bill would be pretty old, but living still if they just heeded the NRA's recommendation. If only Hemingway had another gun, could have saved himself by shooting the hand that held the other one. And Oswald wouldn't have been harmed if he simply remained armed. Why can't we just give guns a shot, pardon the pun? If John Lennon had a Derringer, think what could have been. Could have shot Chapman in the torso, waited for gangrene to set in. And his advice to all his fans would be give a peace a chance. Imagine all the world living as one, if only everyone had a gun. I'm talking everyone from the smallest child to the oldest and most senile. Now that's a recipe for a safer nation. Jesse James and Wild Bill would be pretty old, but living still if they just heeded the NRA's recommendation. All the problems of your gun ain't solve no problem, boy, you just need a bigger one. Guns can help an awful lot, just the wrong people keep getting shot, but they're incredibly safe and not to mention fun. Ooh, just think if Jesus Christ had had a gun, could have shot the Pharisees till they believed he was God's only son. No need for him to have died if God had a gun on his right-hand side. It's the only savior the NRA wants. Glory be to God.
Taylor Ferrera.
Oh my God, Jill Twist! Hi! I was awkward at Guitar Hub. I'm sorry, this is...
I to use the bathroom and I heard...
Oh yeah, we're doing a show.
I haven't seen you in so
Oh my God, I know. Sorry guys, it's my friend Jill Twist. We haven't seen each other. So if you don't mind just holding on for a second, we're just gonna catch up a little bit real quick. So how have you been?
Oh, I'm good. What's going on with you? You play guitar now?
Yeah, I play guitar. No, it's kind of, it just supports my real passion, which is being a server in a restaurant.
I never thought you would have made it, but wow,
Thank you.
Never had the courage.
I know. I work at Bubblegum Shrimp Company.
In the heart of Times Square. How is it?
You know what, Jill? It's fantastic. It's great. Well, people are very friendly, supportive. There's just one. There's a little. You know what? I'll explain.
Okay.
I always hoped I'd get to know my boss, but I was so surprised when he followed me across the restaurant where we work, and he put his hand on my thigh. My training packet didn't mention I'd be fondled by that guy.
Taylor, you've got to tell someone about this.
Oh yeah, I know. I thought a lot about this, and here's what I'm gonna say to my boss. Okay. If I didn't have a crush on you, this would be sexual harassment. Before I met you, I didn't know what crass meant. I serve all the tourists every day at Bubba Gump's, and I don't really mind when your pelvis humps me while I'm standing there with my ass bent. I have a crush on you, so it's not sexual harassment.
Taylor, I think it is. If you look up sexual harassment like in a dictionary or something.
You think I'd be bothered when you're touching me there? Where? I try to get mad, but you're so cute, I don't care.
Taylor, show me how to
You can't say things like that. You are my superior, even though when you do, it kind of makes me cheerier. Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
You never know when you're going to get raped at work.
Exactly, Jill. Join in. If I didn't have a crush on you, this would be sexual harassment. Every time you touch me, I wonder where my class went. I serve fruit of the sea at Bubba Gump's. I know it isn't right, but my lust for you trumps it. Thought I could quit, but alas, friend, I have a crush on you. So it's not sexual harassment. I think you're starting to understand now, Jill. I won't be fooled when you say I have beautiful hair while his hand is creeping up your derriere. Now you got it. When I'm bussing tables, you ogle my bottom. Keep it right in at the
boys rubbing on you. No. You're touring around a little bit now.
Yeah.
You're doing some shows. Do you ever find...
Touring. That's
touring.
a nice way to say it.
Touring. Yeah, doing... Okay. I work with you too. I just wonder though, like you must have sometimes people, you must get good responses, occasionally.
Yeah.
And then, do you ever get people that kind of think you're serious?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
Well, people either think I'm serious or just like take it too seriously and act out against it. And by act, I mean type vehemently.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah. So would you say your worst responses are from the YouTube comments?
Oh yeah, sometimes they're massive, like I know not to read them when they're this long.
Right.
Because then
Right.
I know that that's someone mean.
Anything beyond, I love you is
not
not
nice.
read that.
And it's okay because I know that my dad drunkenly will like respond to them angry and
Really?
Yeah, before.
Bounces
Only
you
bad
up.
when it's just misspelled. It's like, come on, Dad. Come on, Dad. Embarrassing.
He sounds like an honorable man.
He is very honorable, dignified.
And a little drunk.
And a little drunk.
So, do you have a favorite comment that you've gotten? Like positive or negative? But I'm looking for negative.
Well, there's one that could be either positive or negative.
Okay.
It was really short, so I read it. And it was just, nice song, cunt. I know a lot of people here know me, and I like use that word as a term of endearment.
Which
so
word?
Like, cunt.
Cunt.
Yeah. Like I call some of my friends sugar cunt, stuff like that. Like, hey, it's sweet. So I wasn't sure if they were being like sweet or.
Do you know they knew you?
Yeah. Or.
Could be a buddy.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Taylor Ferrera, huh? Alright, so I've had permission. How would you guys feel about hearing one more song from this sugar cunt right here? Keep it going for Taylor Ferrera, everybody.
Alright, so thing about me is I've dabbled in weird religions before, and the most recent weird religion to approach me, because I mean, I feel like religions can smell when you're feeble and vulnerable and lost, and which I am. So the most recent group to approach me was the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yes.
And yeah.
I'm not in it.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
Okay, so so they approached me, and you know, I'm a little hesitant. They got a bad rap, unjustly, I think. And so I heard them out, and they taught me a lot of things. They really turned me around on one issue in particular, and so I'm going to share that with you right now through the glory of song. There's a certain church around, you know it well. They say a lot of people are going to hell. If you show tolerance in hell you are put. You got a one-way ticket that Westboro will foot. Hell is full of firemen, soldiers and teachers, philanthropists and activists and innocent preachers, celebrities and deities that ask circumcision. Because of this I've come to an important decision.
time for Taylor for everybody. Let her hear it! Our musical guest. All right. Yeah, get your shoes. Oh, that was perfect. You can leave one back in the green room for me to find, and then hunt you down forever. All right, guys, you ready for more show? Got 2 more segments for you. We're about to set the next one up. Can you play us into it? One more time in the hands, everybody. Let the band hear it. Fuck yeah, the coolest band in the goddamn world. Ladies and gentlemen, this next segment is quite simply called A German Man Sitting Behind a Desk. So ladies and gentlemen, if you could make some noise for a German man sitting behind a desk. Let him hear it!
Thank you, Keele. The stage is a lot more filthy than I was led to imagine it was going to be. So the way this works is that we have a series of writers on the program, all of whom submit various jokes. Then we choose the best ones, and they are written down here. So let me start with an introduction. I am a German man. I am an engineer, and I repair pianos in my free time. So, these are the papers. These are my papers. In Germany, there was an old saying, they'd say, show us your papers. And then you would show them and you'd be on your way. It was a very minor inconvenience. This is the first joke. The New York Yankees played their first regular season games this past Monday against the Boston Red Sox. I don't follow baseball, but we'll continue. If you did miss the game, like I did, don't worry. They will play each other 513 more times before the playoffs. I guess this is the sports section because there's another one about sports. The March Madness is almost over. I've been gambling on all the games. In fact, my gambling is such a problem, I even filled out a woman's bracket. You let women play sports here? That was a good one. So these are not written by me, but you'll get the gist. The they seem to enjoy this worldwide website known as the Facebook.com. Any of you on this? Do you know what they're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she does, so this joke is for you. No one else seems to know. We're all, I think, a little bit beyond that, but you seem to be into fads. So on the Facebook, I don't realize, people seem to take it a little unseriously, because it's the real world equivalent of giving your friends a key to your digital apartment. You come back, they've rifled through your photo albums, they've written all over your wall. And anybody else who is there is slightly offended and judges you based on their actions. The first part was good. Here's a good one. A new study shows that teen pregnancy is lower than it's been in decades. In a related story, MTV executives announced that they will be canceling 16 and Pregnant. But they will be replacing it with a new show called Middle-Aged, Socially Well-Adjusted, Financially Well-Off and Pregnant. Sounds boring. So, I saw that SPCA commercial. Does anyone know that one? With the Sarah McLachlan music. The sad dogs. With sad lives. Sorry, I was thinking about the dogs. Anyhow. I think the footage of the dogs is awfully slowed down, which I think doesn't give a sense of urgency to their needs. It'd be far worse if they held up a pit bull and said, "We've put this pit bull in a cage with a poster of Michael Vick. Hurry. Just a nickel a day keeps Mike Vick away." That was news like 2 months ago, 3 months, not even. That's old. That's old news. Michael Vick. Well, they're not all, that's kind of it, I think. Oh, here's one. Why do all Germans sound gay? Oh, that person won't be asked back. But not. So, well, that's all the jokes I have, I guess. Maybe when people work harder, not only the economy will turn around, but also joke telling in this country. But I still feel this went better than a lot of things in German history. So. Thank you, I'm going to leave the stage now.
How we doing, guys? One more time for a German man sitting behind a desk. You guys are so fucking cool. much for me that you guys are all here right now. Fucking awesome. I can't even believe it. So, we made it. Here we are. This is about to be the end. We're gonna miss you. But we have an incredible headliner for you this evening. When I was a college student in Boston, you know, making mistakes and whatnot, there was a guy there that was an inspiration to all of us, you know, in the scene there, and he's done a lot of things. A little show called Conan. He's done Jimmy Kimmel. He's recently taped his own Comedy Central Presents. Yeah. And so he's here now to work out for you guys. He's a personal hero of mine, so I'd really like you guys to fucking go nuts and make this guy feel welcome with so much backstage. Please give it up for Shane Mauss, everybody.
Supporting live comedy. I love comedy, that's why I'm a comedian. I think I have the best job in the world, or at least the second best job in the world. I found out about the best job recently thanks to the internet, and the best job in the world is called a Japanese subway packer. I didn't know what that was either, until I saw some videos online. See, in Japan, sometimes the subways, they get so full of people that they cannot get the doors closed. So there are people whose actual job is to push people into the subway. They get uniforms, little white gloves. It's amazing. Please watch videos of this when you go home. It is the funniest, most horrifying thing you will ever see. These people getting crammed in, they could get out. They could wait for the next train. No, pack me. How amazing is that job? Just every day, just squishing humanity into a tube, then watching it go away, little bits at a time. That's therapeutic. But this is a fun job being a comedian. It is. If you can't squish Asians, this is a close second. I had a lot of jobs in my life. I started working when I was 10 years old for my father. I'm from Wisconsin originally, and he has his own business in Wisconsin making countertops for kitchens and bathrooms. And I did that for a few years. Then I became a teenager. Got real angry and angsty for no reason whatsoever. And one day I was just like, oh yeah, Dad, you think you can pay me a good wage and pass a business down to me? Well, fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna go push carts at a grocery store for minimum wage. So I did that for a while, and then my first job as an adult, this is true, was working at a crouton factory. I have no joke for that whatsoever. My girlfriend's just like, oh my God, you have to tell people that you worked at a crouton factory, that's hilarious. It's like, why is that hilarious? It's just a job I used to have, I don't have a joke for it or anything. She's like, just say that, that's all. I think I had so many crappy jobs because I suck at job interviews, because I ask weird questions, and it makes me nervous. It'll be like, describe yourself in 5 words. I was like, I am smart and work hard. Oh, fuck. Me dumb, hate work. Oh, shit. Do you have any special skills? Here's some job interview advice for you guys. If you're ever in a job interview and they ask you what animal you'd like to have sex with, that is a trick question. Also, if you're ever in a job interview and they ask you what animal you'd like to have sex with, you most likely misheard them. And what they actually asked is, what is your favorite animal? So don't just blurt out, I want to fuck a possum because I have 2 vaginas laying upside down and play dead. As creative as that may be, you will not get that job at the zoo. The longest job that I had, I worked for 4 years at a furniture factory in Wisconsin, Ashley Furniture. I worked there with a bunch of Mexicans and a bunch of racists, so that was a neat dynamic. Racist people, they always assume that if you're white, you're just going to be on board with whatever horrible shit that they have to say. It's super uncomfortable. So I'd be hanging out in the break room, just kind of minding my own business, and some guy come barging in. These goddamn Mexicans are taking all our jobs! Then in the next breath, he'd be like, and why don't they learn to speak the language? Why? Do you want them taking more of our jobs? You're a miserable, lazy bigot who nobody likes. English is the only thing you have going for you, believe me. They're taking all our jobs. Well, that's quite convenient for me. Jobs are my least favorite thing about life. I hate jobs, so I do this silly shit. No, you don't understand, Shane. These Mexicans, they sneak in here, they bring all these drugs into our country. Hold on a minute. So what you're telling me is that the Mexicans, they're gonna come here, they're gonna bring me drugs, and do my job? Oh dear, I think we're gonna need a lot more Mexicans. Lately, I've been studying a lot of evolutionary psychology, and by that I mean I've been getting high and watching the Animal Planet. I like animal mating behavior and stuff because I'm fascinated by it because there's this whole misconception that some people have about life, that life is all about survival. And not only is that depressing, but it just doesn't explain a lot of things. Like, for example, you could say that clothes originated for survival, and you'd probably be right, but that doesn't explain why I'm wearing this dumb sweater. The reason why I'm wearing this shirt, it's not for survival, it's because my girlfriend picked it out for me, and she controls the puss distribution. Come to find out, that's what life's about. Mating and reproduction. Far more important than survival. It is. In the scope of things, think about it. None of our ancestors survived. None of them. They all successfully reproduced. We're all here because of an unimaginable amount of fucking. Isn't that wonderful? And when it comes to mating, this is pretty universal throughout life. The females, they tend to be in charge. They're kind of the gatekeepers. Females, they do the selecting. It's just guys' job just to get selected. This is pretty much every species on Earth. So if you ever watch like Planet Earth or one of those documentaries, what you're gonna see is a whole bunch of males trying to get attention from females. Like the classic example of this is the peacock. Peacock, the male has this big huge plumage that the peahen doesn't have. Why? Because the thing's stupid. It makes it so he can't fly very well, makes him stick out to predators. It's horrible for survival. Scientists used to be like, why the fuck does he have that thing? Turns out it's just pretty stuff for the ladies. That's all it's there for. Hey ladies, look at all my nonsense. And the peahens are like, ooh, look at all that nonsense. Deer antlers are kind of like that too. Like the first people that saw deer antlers are probably like, oh, they must use those to fend off predators or something. No, not at all. They're just for the ladies. Only the males have them, and they start growing them in the springtime, and then they peak in the fall for mating season, and all they're used for, this is their singular purpose. As soon as a doe comes by, a deer, a female deer, the bucks just start bashing each other's heads in with those antlers, and whoever wins gets laid. And that's all there is to it. After mating season, their antlers just fall right off. Don't need this tough shit anymore. Getting caught up in tree branches and whatnot. And it's not that females don't compete for mates as well, they just don't have to be quite as aggressive. Like, I'm sure all the does are like gossiping about one another. Oh, she's a slut. I hear she has Lyme disease. She's got ticks on her pussy. Or however does denigrate one another. Females like making guys dance too. That's not just a human thing. Even the fruit fly, believe it or not, during the courtship, the male's got to do a little shimmy. Oh, you like that? What do you think about that? Fortunately, humans look for a variety of traits. If it's just up to dancing, I'd be out of luck, because you just witnessed. I went dancing with my girlfriend recently. It's true. This is the first time we went dancing together. She goes, I think I sort of understand what you're trying to do with your shoulders. Well, what song are your legs listening to? All life is like that, though. It's incredible. If you hear a bird singing, it's most likely a male bird. I can just about guarantee it. Male birds have memorized thousands of songs to get attention from females. Meanwhile, I'm trying to sleep in. I got this horny bastard outside my window. Will somebody fuck this guy already? Give him a wing job or something? So why is that the case, that females are kind of picky about who they mate with? There's some interesting kind of biology about that. So we're all basically biologically driven to breed, right? That's why sex feels so amazing. That's why the Japanese have Subway packers. To do that, you gotta make a baby. To make a baby, females have a higher physical cost to making a baby than men do. This is a pretty universal thing. So ladies have to grow a life inside of them, which is crazy. Like, pregnant women will still go to work and run errands. If I eat a burrito, I don't want to get on stage. They're growing a life inside of their life, which is impressive. Then there's painful childbirth. At least when human babies come out, the baby just lays there, you can kind of hold on to it and whatnot. Some species, the baby comes out just on the move immediately. So I don't know if you can imagine what that would be like, ladies, that nightmare. You just get done hours of horrible, painful child labor. Now you have to chase something. The point is, that's a lot that a female has to go through physically to make a baby compared to a male. Because what do males physically put into making a baby? That's it. That's all we gotta do. It's pretty awesome. I apologize. I suffer from immature ejaculation. I can make a baby in 2 minutes flat, and I can make thousands of them given the opportunity. So, females tend to be a bit more selective. Males, try to get selected. And so that's the gist of that. So picture, like imagine two strangers hook up on spring break, have a little bit of fun, have some sex, never see each other again, don't exchange names, numbers, any of that. Well, say that leads to a pregnancy. She's got to fucking go through pregnancy. She's got to raise a baby. Meanwhile, this dude, he's back at his frat house having fart contests. He doesn't even know that he's the father of a child. And that little bastard might go on to make other little bastards, might go on to make other, just like 1,000,000 years of douchebags, and all he had to do was buy a margarita for it. Do you know what an amazing evolutionary success story this man is? And I just picture the tree of descendants, just fucking, picture like the fucking firework that he lights out of his asshole, right? He lights his bottle rocket out of his asshole, and then it explodes, and each one of those little sparks becomes another little fucking firework asshole person. And you didn't have to do anything. So females gotta be picky. And on a smaller level than that, females are born with about 400 eggs. They're released at specific times. When they're gone, they're gone. Men, on the other hand, we can produce up to 12 million sperm in an hour. We can just make it rain anytime. There you go, ladies. I don't like that little gesture right there. I think that's cheap comedy. When I was first putting this act together, it's kind of a complicated act to put together, so I relied on a lot of cheap tricks like that. The reason why I bring it up, one day I'm in a show, I do that little move, a guy about 10 rows back does the funniest thing I've ever seen an audience member do in my entire life. I go like that, guy 10 rows back goes, boom, caught it. I was blowing him a kiss. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. He wasn't doing this to get attention from his buddies like every fucking heckler in history. He didn't care about anyway. This was just for me. You know? Like no one else even saw this. It was insane. Oh, yeah, that's mine now. That's a genius. I had to pick myself up off the stage. I was laughing so hard and then explain to the audience what just happened so they wouldn't think I was laughing that hard at my own material. So anyhow, so that's kind of the evolutionary psychology kind of logic behind why our female ancestors started selecting for like guys that would stick around, guys that would be providers, right? So there's even a whole theory that maybe our tree-dwelling ancestors started walking upright so that males could carry more stuff to females. I know you're skeptical, hear me out. It's based off of two observations that they made from watching monkeys. One, monkeys tend to only walk up on two legs to carry a bunch of stuff. And two, ladies love stuff. I guess the idea is, you know, way back when, there'd be like a hot little lady monkey hanging out in the woods. She's fertile, you know, she's got that red ass bubbin'. You guys know what I'm talking about. A couple potential suitors come by. One of these dumb monkeys is gonna get laid, and she's gonna pick which one she wants, which guy has the traits that she wants to pass on to her offspring. So they're coming to impress. First guy comes by, he's got some monkeys for her, nice gesture, but he's a dumb monkey, and he's on all fours. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever tried, but you can't carry a lot of bananas like this, and you look like a fucking idiot. But then this other monkey comes by. He's smart. He figured it out. He's up on two legs, he's just got armfuls of bananas? Well, hello, handsome. 2 million years of picking that guy, and you have us. That's the idea. So I was reading about all this, I'm thinking, well, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me. Right then, my girlfriend comes through the door. She's like, Shane, can you go grab the groceries out of the car for me? I'm lugging these groceries up the steps. 3 trips worth of groceries, by the way, but I'm gonna do it all in one trip because I'm a man. I got groceries lined all up and down each arm for no reason whatsoever. I'm losing circulation by the second. Oh man, she's gonna be impressed when she sees how many groceries I can carry. I was looking at myself, I'm like, damn it, I'm a monkey? Who knew? Scientists, the history of that is that they used to think that women had a passive role in mating. It took them a real long time to realize that females are actually calling the shots because all scientists used to be males. And males, we like to tell ourselves that we're in charge of things. Yeah. So it's a guy, you know, like these are like the madmen of science or whatever. Got a house, I'm a homeowner, head of the household, king of the castle. No, you bought her a house. Before you met her, you were living in squalor with 2 other dipshits eating ramen noodles. And you met her, you bought her a house, and then that she probably picked out, then decorated with a bunch of stuff you don't even understand. I know you thought having a couch with a cup holder in it seemed real practical, and you're probably right, but that's not gonna happen. Maybe she'll let you put that tacky thing out in your man cave. I know you guys don't have man caves here, don't have the space for it. My friends back home in Wisconsin, that's all I hear about is them using their fucking man cave as evidence of what fucking men and how they're in charge of their relationship. Got man cave, my house, my man cave woman, that's what I told her. Oh yeah, where is this man cave? The attic or the basement? Oh, in the garage? You don't say. Not even attached to the house. What do you know? She gave you a shed outdoors. Put a couple of your belongings. You think you're in charge? My man cave is a closet with a Batman poster in it. That's what I'm wondering. I know some of you guys aren't comfortable hearing about gender roles. I get it completely. I go to like the middle of the country. I have the opposite problem. They don't like hearing about evolution, so I've successfully written an act that no one can enjoy. You saying I'm a monkey, baby, that's how the straw man in my mind argues. He uses a lot of bippity boos in his art. Where's my tail, baby? I just wish that they taught stuff about relationships in school and all that, because you got to figure everything out on your own. Because there's no like relationship 101, no happiness 101. Yeah, you just got to figure everything out on your own. I found out recently that I've been doing something wrong in the bedroom for years, just years, and this wasn't something that like I didn't realize that I was doing. This was like my move. This was like my signature Shane Mauss sex move. Totally fucking wrong, come to find out. Because women always, I'm gonna give you a hard time, but you're not always the best communicators, because you can all like read each other's minds and you communicate through subtleties, but guys don't fucking think in subtleties. We need to be told directly what to do or we can't figure it out. So you're like, oh, I looked over at him kind of coy and smiled and then looked away. Why didn't he know that I liked? Because the last time we fucking perceived that as you liking us, we got the cops called on us. We don't fucking know. You say exactly. And then, please don't read like Cosmo magazine bullshit. You know, 10 ways to please a man. 10 ways? Wrap something around it. There's one way. 10 ways. Why are you worrying about us? We're gonna be fine. That article, it should say 10 ways to get your man to please you, and we'll all have a lot more fun. I'm just a little bitter right now because this was embarrassing. This is what my move was. I'd be doing this little bit of business. I'd be working her lady boner, and that would be going pretty well. Ladies tend to like that as long as you don't call it a lady boner. And what I do when things were getting real exciting, and this is my big move. Here's what I do. I'd get my tongue under there real good, and I give it like a real hard flick up, like a real whoa, real hard one. And apparently, that little area is a bit more sensitive than I realized. See, I don't have one of these little jobbers, ladies, so if you don't tell me, then I don't know. The real issue was, what compounded the problem was why I was doing it so hard was because I was receiving like a bit of a signal error, I guess you could say, where what was happening was I would do that little move, and then sometimes a lady's leg would be like, because it was sensitive. But I didn't realize that's why her leg was flinching. I thought that meant I was doing a real good job. better do that some more. That's usually an awkward story to tell because there's a few guys in the room like, oh, fuck. It was humiliating because what happened, it would have been a big deal had I just found out earlier. But what happened was, so I've been dating a new girl for like 1.5 years now, and she, like a few months in, was the first girl ever to fucking break the news to me. Which, if just the first girl had done that, no problem! But you have to understand just the fucking years of memories that just came flooding back immediately. Just the images that just came flashing through my mind. Just years and years of just, yo cheese, hold on there. All the while I just thought I was killing it. So, let's see, fuck, I better skip ahead to a part, so I'm running out of time. Okay, so I was going to talk a little bit about how basically a lot of our behavior is kind of subconscious in some of our drives. So here's an example. Like the Black Widow spider, the reason why it's called the Black Widow is because the female, if she's not keen on the guy, she'll just kill him. Some girls get way too excited about that part. I'm not saying like they've been married for years and yeah, he got laid off a while back and hasn't really been looking for work and now he just sits around with his buddies making a mess around the web and one day he comes home hammered, covered in spider stripper glitter and she just snaps and I'm not saying that. I'm saying a male Black Widow spider will just see a girl. That's it, just see her, be like, oh hey, you're kind of cute, Dad. You think you have a hard time approaching a lady because she might say no to you? Imagine if she just fucking ripped your head off. But the crazy thing is this guy, he's still going for it. He knows she might kill him, and he's going for it anyway. Risking life and limb for a little bit of puss, which is amazing. This guy's a hero. Because we like to think we're so much better than that, but so much more control of our instincts and whatnot. But that spider thinks the same thing. If you interviewed the spider, if you asked him why he was risking his life to get laid, he'd be like, well, I guess I'm just a hopeless romantic. Look at her, she's gorgeous. He doesn't realize it's like wired into his fucking DNA. The same thing with us. Like, none of us chose to like sex. We think that we did, but we didn't. We hit puberty, you had a biological change, you started liking sex. I never even thought about sex when I was a kid. I didn't then like study sex and measure the pros and the cons and intellectualize it. You know, one day I woke up with a boner and was like, oh, I'll put this somewhere. My life changed forever. Later you tell yourself that was your decision making, but it wasn't. A lot of times you're having sex, you're not even thinking about having a baby. Like, that's the last thing. You know how crazy that is? Like, that's the reason why we have sex organs and stuff, is to have babies. Like, you know how many times I've been having sex praying that it doesn't lead to pregnancy? We all do that. You know how insanely illogical? I'm in the act of reproduction, trying not to reproduce. That's like standing in the middle of a fertile garden just throwing millions of seeds around everywhere. Oh, sure hope a plant doesn't spring up around. It's crazy, because when you're having sex, you don't think, oh, I wonder if I can afford a child right now. Is this good for me to have a child? Is this good for society for us to keep on cranking out kids? What's the carrying capacity around here? You don't think any of that. You can be packed on a subway in Japan, like, oh, I'd like to hit that right now. For a few more around here, why not? It's insane. So it changes the way that I look at life, now that I kind of know where some of our instincts come from. Because next time you're seeing a football game, think about those deer antlers. Now, every time I watch football, that's all I see is just a bunch of dudes just bashing each other's heads in. Cheerleaders on the sidelines bouncing their titties around, egging them on. They're not there for team spirit, by the way, in case that's what you fun experiment you ladies can do if you want to see what fucking idiots guys are. This summer, when you're see a group of guys playing a pickup game of basketball, wait till they're kind of tired, like not taking it too seriously, just having a little shoot around, right? Have a little bit of fun. Take you in your short shorts walking by there and see that fucking level of intensity. They're doing like fucking Harlem Globetrotter shit. Next thing you know, they're just throwing fucking elbows around. And that might seem crazy to leave that, you know, to make the leap and say that, oh, well, what if sports originated as a way for guys to compete for women? That makes no sense. Women don't even like watching sports a lot of times. That's the thing. There's a species of ram. They do the same thing as the deer, except the females, they can't be bothered to watch this bullshit. So what they do, they time their mating season, so they show up at the mating grounds after the competition is over. Then they go, oh, which guy won? Him? Alright, cool. We'll take him then. Girls don't give a fuck about watching the game. They just want the dude holding the trophy. That's all there is to it, which, in case you guys think that's superficial, you should probably remind yourself that you do put a premium on tits and ass. And also, it seems unfair that we have to compete like that. But yeah, but from a lady's point of view, like, ladies just have fucking dicks just flying, just attacking them constantly, just like, oh my god, it must be horrifying. Just a constant bombardment of dick. Holy shit. Oh my god. Is there a decent human being attached to one of these things? When you think about it like that, you treat women differently, because I don't care how tough you think you are. I don't care if you think you're Rambo. If you have boners just fucking flying at you in every direction, I give you 5 minutes before you're just curled up in the field with, oh god, I just want pretty things. I just want pretty things. So, yeah, I mean, at least I'm not a big sports guy, but at least it's better. We're improving, because that used to be just like war and stuff. That's the only way that we competed over women. Like, there's this tribe in the Amazon, and the only reason why they ever go to invade another tribe is to battle and kill a bunch of dudes, try to get their women, because the women just go with whatever guys kill the most number of dudes. And that's all they ever go to fucking war over. And then they ask us, they ask our scientists, they're like, well, what do you guys go to war over? And they're just fucking utterly confused when we tell them what we think we go to war. They're like, liberty? Justice? What the fuck are you talking about? Because that is what we like to tell ourselves. We watch Braveheart, like, freedom! Like, yeah, Braveheart, freedom. Really, Braveheart? Seems to me you didn't give a shit about freedom or Scotland until they killed your woman, and then you went and took a woman from them. Let's watch that movie again. It's a whole different story. And I can prove it to you. You know what's never happened in all of recorded human history, ever once? Has a group of females banded together and invaded a town for dick. You're never going to see that. That's just never going to happen. How amazing would that be? If you were a dude, just like bored in a tent, you wake up in the middle of the night, there's screaming and chaos. Oh my god, what's going on? You look outside, there's just fire and blood everywhere. Oh my god, this is horrific. What's happening? And you look through the smoke, and there's just 1,000 women on horseback there to claim you? Alright, over here! Over here! Yeah! Alright! Oh, I love War Day! War Day's the best! Start egging the fucking girls on. She says you have pussy tits. But again, can be anything. It doesn't matter what the game is. We could just change what we value as a society, and then guys can compete over the top of that, and females can as well, and then they can pick the guys on top. Like, they wonder why, like, math and science scores are low. Maybe we need to change our education system. No, mathematicians don't get laid. That's why fucking no one is good at math. Albert Einstein, when Hitler was banging a model, Albert Einstein had to settle for marrying his cousin because mathematicians don't get laid, because they can't show it off. Like in sports, you can fucking do an end zone dance and dunk a basketball. For your CEO, you could buy some fucking fancy ass car and show off that you're a top dog. You get, Albert Einstein wasn't like, equals MC square, bitches! Spike speaker, tears off sweaty lab coat, throws it into the crowd. I went to a Vanilla Ice concert once, and the new Vanilla Ice, the heavy metal Vanilla Ice, this is like 10 years ago. I went for a joke, right, in my hometown, and we were having a good laugh. And then we left afterwards. Wasn't that hilarious? You know, ice, ice, baby, it's awesome. And then I look, and there's like these 19-year-old girls like in line to like flirt with the bouncer to like get to fucking Vanilla Ice. I mean, we can change what we value. It's like, here's a scientist like knows stuff and has money and is responsible. The best thing about scientists, mating with a scientist, no line whatsoever. You don't have to like flirt with campus security and then blow a lab tech to a scientist. Just put an ad on Craigslist. Oh, one genius, baby. There you go. You'll have one. Instead, we're just going to keep on building like a bigger and bigger war machine. As long as women keep on going, oh, I love a man in a uniform, guys are going to keep on going, oh, how do I get one of these uniforms? Sign my name here, run towards these bullets, is there pussy over there? All right. I wish I would have had time to set all that up properly and finish on a less dark note than that. But hey, don't listen to anything that I said. Take it fucking seriously, because I don't have empirical evidence for everything that I believe. For example, you know the little slit on the tip of the penis, the pee hole there? Well, I can't prove this. All right. I have no evidence for this. I just believe that when I'm inside of a woman, that's smiling. That's what I believe in life. All right, everybody. Thank you guys. Everybody, let him hear it. Give it going for Taylor Ferrera, Billy Prinsell. Everybody get the fuck back on stage. Sean, Tom, Mike. This has been so much box comedy, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out. We had a fucking amazing time. I would like to thank Kate and Abel. I would like to thank the Secret Theater. I'd like to thank Brooklyn Heavy. I would like to thank you guys. I'd like to thank my parents for coming out and hung out. I would like to thank Tim Savers for volunteering. Everything. Paul Schissler, Tom, Kristen, Billy. We got Taylor fucking Ferrera over here, guys. Thank you so much. Please come check out some more box in June. In June we got more box. And then right now I would like everyone to make a whole lot of noise for the fucking Hanlons right now. Good night.
videos. That is. I've seen it. I've seen rap music videos. Yeah! I don't know what to do after that. Woo! If we have that solid foundation, the next one's gonna be like, woo! You think so? Most amazing show. How are we gonna follow that open? And we'll take our dance moves to the next level. You think so? Yeah. I'm working on stuff. I'm a good dancer. Yeah. Everyone was like that up there. Like, hey, there's a man. Woo! They're both mine. My buddy works at comics and Oxford cigarettes. He talks a lot about time travel. Last time I saw him, he was like, Shane did like an hour on time travel, and it was pretty wild for the casino. I don't know what the last time you were at comics was.
A while back, yeah.
But that's because I hosted afterwards for Mercurio.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I saw a poster here. I was like, Shane was here. It's a cool stage, especially for me. But it's like
a beautiful room.
It's
I don't like the audience.
It's just subscription people. But like he was like, yeah, it was awesome. A lot of time travel stuff. Like,
I like to.
Yeah, Shane doesn't just do women are like this. Yeah. No, it's awesome. Yeah. Honestly, really cool for me to have you here.
Yeah,
really
thanks,
cool.
man. I had a fun time. See you again.
You off to Rhode Island now?
I have a college in Connecticut tomorrow.
Which one?
I don't remember. I have to look. I don't plan out things ahead.
That's where I'm from.
And then I go to Rhode Island on Friday, then Atlantic City, then Austin.
You don't have to brag. I was just asking one person.
That's
incredible.
I don't remember the college. I'd have to look it up.
I know you're not drinking now. We were gonna invite you to the party, but I guess.
Well,
just down the street in a bar.
At a bar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Got
hang out for a minute.
There, do you think?
What?
Do they have food there? Do you think? I'll go and grab my tea.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I gotta get outside. It's hot here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I'm back, it's like just hang out. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. I've won a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all have to see our place. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go out sometime. I go with Lachlan Patterson went out with me one time, and we're always going back and forth and trying to find it out.
Oh, do you talk to him?
Hey, no, take your time. I'm cooling down out here. Thanks for being a part of this, man. It was great working with you.
You know how it happened?
What?
You know how it happened?
Hey, you gotta no.
Do you know how I was sitting on my
See you later,
couch?
man. Hey, see ya.
Pass the bongs back and forth. He goes, dude, I don't have a person to do lights. It's like, I'll do it, man. I'm like, alright. Sorry.
And that's how show business works.
Okay, sorry.
The weather forecast, it's 39 degrees outside right now. On Thursday, it's going to be 44 high, and on Friday, it's going to be 58 high in the afternoon. On Saturday and Sunday, it's going to drop down to 12 degrees during the middle of the day. This So Much Box weather is awesome, and stay tuned for the next So Much Box, or you're an idiot.
Where's Sean? Sean.
Oh, Sean.
I suppose it's like, oh yeah,
How
that's
did
like her going back home.
Got it. Where's she from?
Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
How you doing? I hate this guy.
Just fair enough.
Look at you.
Damage has been done.
Yeah.
What are you, my grandma?
I don't know, but this guy, the part where we were supposed to kiss or get close, I felt you being like, they better turn those lights off.
Yep. I felt that, and he had our back.
Sorry. You guys.
Thank God. Thank you so much.
I thoroughly enjoyed.
I took your laughter and I sealed it inside myself, and you can't have it back.
Oh, that's fine. I have a very jovial laugh, and I laugh very loud, just like my mother. And you're more than welcome. You just
I hold on to that.
Take it with
I'm gonna have one of those Dear Diary moments. I'm like, Dear Diary, you're not gonna believe this laughter, but it came true. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, Paul. So good to meet you, Sarah.
Yes. Cool. Lovely to meet you too.
Yeah, that was a really fun show.
You guys do this like a lot?
This is our first one, but it's going to be, there's going to be like 3 more. So.
And you, like through Keele, because I know I came here through Keele.
Okay.
I work with him at Bubba's.
I met Keele just at like open mics and stuff. Just doing stand-up. And very like-minded, even though he's redheaded. And we bonded.
Soulless ginger.
Yeah.
Good thing the race could be gone in 100 years.
Friendship brewed, and I was lucky enough to be a part of the show.
Awesome. Yeah,
it was a really fun show.
It was really
so fun.
There was not a part, well, maybe the bicycle in heaven like thing. There were a couple parts where dragged, acting lagged a little bit. I'm just kidding.
Right. No, I'm gonna go cry real quick. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom.
No, not
in the ladies' room.
Actually, I'm just kidding.
How do you feel about performing in this space?
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. The crowd was hyped up and into it, and I did a lot more time than I was allotted, and they hung in there after a long show, so I was real happy.
Yeah, you were killing, and then you just kept murdering them, which is always a good feeling.
Yeah. Keep stat.
How did you get involved with this show?
I know Keele from years ago, and I think we just stayed in touch, and he's like, hey, if you're in New York, please get a hold of me. And I was like, okay, I'm coming through New York on these dates. And he was like, perfect, we have a show for you.
We all have a redhead in our lives that we do favors for, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
Or redheads that do favors for us.
Absolutely. It's vice versa. It's an equal thing, 50-50.
They're magic.
So I'm gonna skip that. How was everyone that you saw?
Oh, hilarious! I enjoyed your dating show. It was a lot of fun. I like making people awkward, so I enjoyed that. Actually, they both handled it really, they were both really good sports, which was awesome. I was like nervous for them, because if it would have been me, I probably would have been like, my face would have been beet red, and but I'm scared of girls, so I find them terrifying.
Cooties, STDs.
Yeah. So I thought they both handled themselves very well. It was successful. Yeah,
cool.
It was nice having a band to back me up. That doesn't happen very often.
It's like you're Johnny Carson.
Yeah. I thought everything was fantastic. There was a camera and a boom, which I did not expect to see at all. So they spent literally $10,000 to produce this show. They spent about $400 per person. I think I did the math. Is about right.
I don't do math, but that sounds right.
Yeah, math always sounds right as long as you just don't calculate it. I say don't calculate it. Why ruin it?
It's like a math religion. Just trust it.
Yeah. Just believe that the math will be there for you to save you.
Let the fanatics tell you what's right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Would you come back?
Of course I would. It was wonderful. It's a lot of fun.
Just the answer we were hoping for.
Yeah.
And we got it on the camera, so it's legal obligation. Okay, so I didn't write these, but say so much box.
I just have to say so much box. I don't say anything else.
Should you look into the camera?
We just need like everybody saying it at one point.
It's not. It doesn't even feel.
You can say it 3 or 4 times. It doesn't matter.
I love so much box. I want so much more of so much box, and in this box of so much box.
The headliner, Shane Mauss.
It was really funny.
And the German behind the desk was really funny. I laughed a lot at that one.
So, we come to the next one?
I don't know when it is. I don't live in Queens, so I don't know.
And I don't live in New York, so.
Sure.
It's a trek.
This is our friend Michaela. She wants to get in on this.
Come on in.
I was like, oh God, what did I just get into? That was absolutely incredible.
What's your favorite act?
The dance number. Yep.
Oh, I came late,
That was
so I
funny.
can't really answer that.
Oh, there was a dance number.
Oh, I like the dance number.
You gonna go to the next one? Should we do another one?
Yeah, absolutely.
So much box. So much box, yeah.
So much box with Mikey the Balsamo.
What?
That's just not fucking gonna work. You're not fucking gonna just disappear, everybody. We're going for a drink somewhere. Yes. Like a drink somewhere where? Where are we going?
Oh, I don't know. You know the series.
Somewhere. All I know is Astoria. Like anybody else. Astoria's only 3 months off,
Way more than I expected. Oh gosh, man.
I love Keele as a host, but he's been, you know, talking talking up this last guy, and he was great too.
Did they do another one? Did you come out?
Definitely, of course.
I really like the German guy.
Tim
Yes.
Sabers? Yeah.
Like,
he was good too.
he just wasn't trying to like be over the top at all, but it's just like his natural ability was just insane, you know. It was just so well timed and everything.
Accents.
Way more than I expected.
Can I get you guys to do so much box?
So much box.
All right. You guys like the show?
We love the show.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic.
Really cool today. Are you Keele's fan?
Yeah.
No. I'm not his dad.
Yeah. I'm his mom.
What was your favorite act?
You know, I've got to say, I forget her name, but the songwriter, the girl, really amazing. The stuff is so well crafted as well as being fun. You know, it's really, really good. But every single thing, and Tim doing the German with no sense of humor.
No, it was really.
But with a German sense of humor.
Yeah, very good. And
Yeah,
Keele was
awesome.
obviously the best.
Keele, we like Keele, you know. What can you do?
Shane was all right.
Shane, yeah, it's fantastic.
He
was really good.
You live in New York?
Connecticut.
Okay.
Close by. Within swooping distance.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well done. Looks like you guys are doing a good job too.
Yeah, looks fantastic.
You proud of your son?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Now and again.
Yeah.
This was one of the good times.
This was one of the best shows I think he's done. Maybe the best.
Yes? All right. Thank you. Okay. Parents to say so much box.
So much box.
Very long time, and that everything was top notch from A to Z.
That's a lot of letters.
Absolutely. No, I'm serious. Like everything was top notch, and you guys couldn't have done a better job. And I wish you and everyone that participated the absolute best. And everything that you have come into, it was wonderful. I could not have imagined missing tonight, honest to God. So
We would have done it without you.
Oh no! of
Thanks for
course,
being
of
here.
course.
Appreciate
I
it.
personally want to say it to you. Everyone was fantastic. You did such a great job.
Thank you.
What about the chair
And you're
guy?
adorable.
Thank you.
Take care, honey.
I'm really bad with words, but it was awesome.
What's that?
Can you say so much box?
So much box.
Love you very much. The glamour of putting on a show.
What about it? Is that a question? Yeah.
What? Supposed to help you get this done. One method. Keep going.
And into the pit we go.
Still so cold. Still so cold.
Look at my shit!
That was the best movie I've ever seen.
I'm just throwing my shit.
Look at my shit!
No,
it was incredible. I got shorts every color. Tanning oil. Who's the other person? Ron tanning oil.
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one.
Great job. Hilarious. That was fantastic. Long ass table over there.
Yeah, that's a good table. I'm getting used to this. It's the same amount of money. I sit on down there. So we're gonna cut the German guy from now on, and I think I'm gonna stop doing stand-up. Here's what we should do.
First of all, we are both dead weight.
We need to get rid of
The sooner
ourselves.
we can replace ourselves.
Yeah, I think here's what we do. Billy's as creepy as the German. He'll replace you. Shane, he's handsome. He'll take my part. And then who cares what happens? We'll get real jobs.
Yeah, Wall Street's hiring.
Yeah, I heard that we look like guys from Connecticut.
Is Shane here?
Yeah, so he's gonna get food. He's like my dad's like hanging out with him.
I know. You should say that.
No, he actually went over to them. I went over there, I was like, we talking about your girlfriend? He goes, actually my parents. My dad was like, we're trying to find common ground. So it's actually pretty cool.
It's like rallies. You're on rallies? Same thing. Okay. I'm gonna get a Burger Mac.
I've never had checkers. Can my first be with you?
Absolutely, but I'm going there. But no.
Well,
but
maybe not now, but in the future. I'd like my first time to be with you.
A lot of people say that. Most of the people that I know say that. About checkers. About going to checkers.
Okay. I was like, oh, I'm not the only one. Oh.
Lordy Lord, I do declare.
You're telling me I'm hot up here, I'm hot down there. I just want to eat some food with you.
Bless your heart. You mean well.
I do. But I'm glad you noticed.
Man, these cameramen are just like, ugh.
They're like, we came here to drink, and then this guy yelled about not having a camera out.
Look at my beard and denim jacket. I'm so manly and stuff.
Oh, but I'm also really hot looking and better.
This took a weird turn.
Yeah. He goes. Massive stage fright. There's like 4 people watching.
Shit, yeah.
Dude, Steph is like a beer freak. You know who's looking really good tonight? That girl Keele.
Keep doing this shit. Like, interview a motherfucker.
I do that for New York Water Taxi.
Oh, okay.
I'm their web series guy. I'm their man on a boat. So I go on stuff. And I'm like, hey, why are you on this New York Water Taxi cruise? And they're like, to be with my girlfriends. I'm like, great, I'm man on a boat. Ride a cruise. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's what I want to do. You know. Being that guy, the friend with everybody. But that's why I want to be friends with everybody. So it's like, hey, I want to be nice to you, and we'll love each other. So that's where that comes from.
You're a tall motherfucker.
Yep. 6'4", my brother's 6'4", my whole family's tall, and I get that a lot. It's not fun on airplane rides. It's horrible. And I'm not good at basketball, so the world is against me in every way possible. I do change a lot of light bulbs. That's about it. Sorry.
My goal is like 7.
7? You're like 17. In life? I feel like you're the person that's gonna get married in like next year. And you're like,
I don't know, dude.
You're gonna be married, and then 10 years from now you're gonna be divorced, and like, fuck, I should have fucked so many people when I was like, I don't know.
Hold my dick, okay?
You know what? I just might, alright? Just relax. I don't even know if she does. What's going on here, Christian?
You told me I was gonna get divorced.
You did.
You told me that I'm gonna
I said
get married.
in 10 years you'll get divorced.
You told me that I'm gonna get married.
And think back into this time and say,
there was a freshman English class in my college that was all like James Joyce, the Dubliners, the whole class, the whole semester on one book.
On one book that's like this big.
Yeah,
Not like this
the
big.
whole literally 12-week class.
Yeah.
And I was like, what idiot chose? I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. Who would do that?
He was the one that Ulysses was like ended up being chosen as the best novel or whatever, and then it turned out that like 80% of the people had never read it, and they were all shocked that it made, because they were all like, well, I had to put it somewhere on my list.
Oh yeah. So funny.
Everybody knows it's great.
Oh yeah.
And so then it made #1, and it turned out like nobody had actually read it. They were like, oh yeah, I never made it through that. I never read it. And it turned out, and these were all authors that like voted.
Yeah.
Right. #1. Nobody made it.
I felt very nervous, very much so until my captain recorded his hours. I was with his backstage in he was like, yeah, my Shane, I heard Shane was going to come support me. What are you going to employ him or something? I mean, I guess kind of. Because for some reason, when he first was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing, I had Tuesday in my mind was your show. So I was doing Gotham last time. Yeah, but I booked that all really last minute. That's why I didn't book that until like a week or two weeks ago, because I was like, oh shit, that's it. And then after we went through the whole thing about like, I'm definitely not gonna cancel, nothing will it would be impossible for something to come up, which it would have been, like show-wise, but I could have never predicted that happening. But it was fine. Fucking Mike. You got that on? You got that recorded? Yeah. Can you say that one more time? Fuck Mike. So short. I know. So yeah, no, this show was fantastic though. It was good. I got to work out a few things I've been meaning to try to work out with the admin at the crew, so that was good. We're happy to have you. Yeah, we had Mike too. I did a weekend there, just like stand-up thing. Mike headlined the middle one.